Hey guys, it's Grizzly here, and here we are with another Shadow Era game. I hope this one goes better than my last one. My last game, someone lagged out. I'm not sure who. I think it was one of the competitors, but it was a really awesome game, so I am really pissed that it got shut down. Hopefully this one doesn't. So we have Zaladar versus Lance Shadowstalker. And, you know, that's a potential for a really interesting game. The thing about Lance is that he can really put the hurt on with his special ability on some of his allies. But Zaladar has that really strong ally nuking ability. So I think we have the potential to see a lot of really good counters here. Alright, so we see Lance start out with a Jasmine Rose Cult. And Zaladar with a Fire Snake and a... I'm sorry, Brutalist on the field. Sorry guys, it's really late, and I've been playing Call of Duty all weekend, so I'm just kind of getting out of that mentality. So we see Lance at a slight monster disadvantage here. He is taking a little bit of a beating. I'm surprised, and yet not surprised, that they didn't go for Jasmine, because either one of those monsters basically would have signed their own death warrant if they had gone for her. But at the same time, now she's free to start wiping them out. So we'll have to see what she chooses to do here. Zaladar does now have a Bad Wolf on the field, a 3/4 with the ability to heal itself 1 health per turn, which is going to make it very formidable. Not because of you, clearly. What? I have no idea what the hell that was. I'm not sure. Is there a third person watching this game? I think there is. Yeah, there's 3 people in this game other than me. I think Canopio there is another Specker. Alright, whatever. So, sorry I took you out of the game. So we do see Zaladar use his ability that's going to bring Jasmine down to 1 health, easily finished off by Brutalist. Bad Wolf is now free to attack Lance Shadowstalker, and we are back to a point where... Zaladar's in a great position, but Lance is going to have to do some fancy footwork to keep himself in the game here. We do see he has ill-gotten gains on the field, and as I've kind of learned, that card doesn't always wear its worth on its sleeve. Usually, it's a card that gains worth over time. So we see Ankle Breaker go down for Lance Shadowstalker, and that is a fantastic card. The only reason I say that, or the main reason, is that anytime he deals damage to an ally with that equipped, that monster is going to permanently lose an attack damage, or 1 attack power. But unfortunately, it does get destroyed, leaving Lance once again vulnerable to Brutalists, to the 2 Brutalists, and eventually the Bad Wolf. Though that Bad Wolf will have a permanent 1 damage reduction. So we'll have to see what Lance can do. You know, at this point, I don't know. He's in a pretty rough spot. He's facing down 3 monsters when he has none of his own, and he's already down to 16 health while Zaladar is still at full. Ill-gotten gains, you know, could be a big use to him, except that he needs to have items to destroy, and Zaladar just doesn't have any on the field. So I don't know what we're gonna see from Lance right now, but hopefully he's got something up his sleeve. I'd hate to see a washout. And we do see Aeon Stormcaller go down. A pretty solid card. I think we're going to see Lance use his ability. Yes, we are. There it is. So now we have a very formidable monster on the field, which insta-nukes the Bad Wolf down to 0. Zaladar doesn't have nearly enough Shadow Energy to use his ability, so you have 2 Brutalists. Which are only 1/4s against a 3/8 Aeon Stormcaller. And the nice thing about Aeon is that as long as he's alive, Lance can play other monsters without having to fear them being killed. We do see Zaladar toss a Bad Santa out, trying to get some cards that might be able to do something against that Aeon, probably. I'm not sure if he's attacking or if he just ended his turn. Yep, he's attacking, okay. He ultimately chooses to forgo attacking Aeon Stormcaller and go straight for Lance. I'm not sure if that was advisable, but at the same time, If he had attacked with his Brutalist, they would have been severely weakened and susceptible to just straight up dying next turn. We do see a Bazaar go down, and Shriek of Vengeance destroys Ill-Gotten Gains. So I don't think Lance can actually draw any more cards at the moment. I think he has the max. Yeah, he can't draw any more cards because of that bad Santa that went down. So playing Bazaar that turn was actually a perfect move. We do see another Ankle Breaker go down, which is really going to hurt that Brutalist, even those two Brutalist attack, because they're just going to become, one of them is just going to become worthless now. And I think we're going to see Aeon pump up that Nightshade to the point where it's going to be pretty freaking scary. He's going to have to do it fast, or at least before Aeon dies, though, because if he doesn't, Zaladar's just going to nuke it. Thankfully, Nightshade does have stealth, so it can't be attacked by any creatures, but it is still susceptible to those special abilities and cards that you'd think it would be. So we do see one of the Brutalists go down. The other one is not a threat at this point. So we do see Lance do a nice turnaround in this game. We see Infernal Gargoyle hit the field, but I don't know how much of a difference that thing is going to make at this point. We see Deathmage Thaddeus come down. It cannot deal that 2 damage to Nightshade, so it deals it to Lance. I think Zaladar is going for as quick a finish as he can, but Lance has a pretty formidable force on the field right now, so there's no way Lance can't, or that Zaladar can't deal with that Aeon eventually. We see Assassination go down. What he's going to have to do is tap one of his monsters, and that will allow him to kill a monster on the field. He does choose to tap his Nightshade, which I think was the smart move. I believe we're going to start to see Aeon buff Nightshade, which is what makes sense to me. Nope. Instead we're going to see him drop a Raven Wildheart, which is a really good move, because even once Zaladar breaks through that wall of, or that brick wall that is Aeon Stormcaller, he now has to deal with the 3/6 Raven Wildheart, who reduces any ally she deals damage to 0 attack power. So not only is she strong, but she also has a great ability. I am surprised that Lance didn't kill Deathmage Thaddeus, but I think the reason for that is he used Ankle Breaker to neutralize him, so he can't use his ability this turn. And we see Mind Control go down on Aeon Stormcaller. He does attack Lance. That is a painful loss. That is a really big deal. The reason is that now Aeon is gone. Zaladar can use it to nuke the Nightshade and the Raven Wildheart down to only 3 health. Nightshade is just going to die. So that's going to eliminate another threat on the field. Oh, no, he's actually choosing to go for Lance. I think, like I said, I think he's going for that quick finish. It does leave a full health Raven Wildheart, but Lance only has 6 health. It won't take a whole lot more for Zaladar to finish him off unless Lance can start gaining some health back, and I'm not sure he's going to have a way to do that. We see Stop Thief hit the field. I think he's going to take out Bazaar, but I think, yeah, he chose not to just yet. I think he's putting down Ill-Gotten Gains first. Now we see him use Stop Thief so he can gain a card out of it. I'm going to be honest. Eliminating Stop Thief was an interesting move. And the only reason I say that, or eliminating Bazaar, because it was gaining him 2 cards as well. And right now, I think he needs the cards more desperately than Zaladar does. Zaladar has a lot of health. He's going to nuke Lance once again. And now Lance only has 3 health. Effectively, Lance is pretty much doomed. And that right there damn near seals his fate. That Infernal. Well, actually, no, because Raven Wildheart can just neutralize that thing. So Lance isn't dead yet, but he has until Zaladar gets his Shadow Energy. We do see Spellbinder Bands go down, or Spell Eater Bands go down. Your hero takes no damage from abilities. Alright, so that will protect him from Zaladar's Shadow Energy ability, but it's not going to save him in the long fight. So he does need to come up with a more permanent solution. We do see Raven Wildheart, like I said, neutralize that Infernal Gargoyle. But Lance is just toying with death here. It is just amazing to watch him, dance on the wind here. Energy Discharge goes down. It's going to eliminate those allies on the field. It's just going to straight kill them both. It also did eliminate his Brutalist, but his Brutalist was useless anyway. So, I mean, that was a tough loss for Lance, losing both Raven Wildheart and Jasmine Rosecult. We see Ankle Breaker to go down and a Nightshade go down. Chances are he'll give Nightshade his special ability. We see him attack with Ankle Breaker. And he did not give Nightshade his ability. I think that was a huge mistake, unless he's got something bigger in his hand he's waiting to use. Because he needs everything he can get. Dimension Ripper hitting the field is pretty much game over, unless he can destroy it. Because he is now down to only 2 health. And, I mean, oh, that sucks. Zaladar used Dimension Ripper to gain one of Lance's Nightshades. So unless Lance can kill that Nightshade, he is effectively dead next in 2 turns. And Zaladar also has an ability on the way. But Lance will be protected as long as his Spell Eater bans are in play. He does manage to get rid of that Nightshade, thankfully. But he is still so dangerously close to death. It is just amazing to watch this. We see Aldon the Brave hit the field. I think this is where we will see probably him use... There's his ability on Aldon the Brave. That is going to be an additional 3 damage onto Zaladar. Though, Lance needs to be careful. I don't know when the Infernal Gargoyle gets his attack power back. But that wasn't a permanent debuff, I don't think. So I think eventually he does get his attack power back, but we'll have to see. I mean, Lance, he might be pulling the hat trick of, or like the most amazing turnaround of a lifetime, because if he manages to win this game with 2 health, seriously, that would be freaking amazing. And I think Zaladar would just blow up with rage. Oh, crap, I think we're going to see... There's the end right there. Oh no! Holy crap! I forgot about his armor. So Lance actually does survive another turn, but he only has 1 health left. This is brutal. And he loses Aldon the Brave. Oh, good lord. This is like... I can't handle this. Like, the tension is just welling up. The nice thing about Lance right now is he can play any monster he gains from his deck. So if he gains it, he can play it. Hopefully he gains something useful. It doesn't look like he did because he's attacking with Nightshade right off. And then he's attacking by himself. He does lose his Ankle Breaker. We see another Ankle Breaker go down, which is great. But, I mean, Jesus Christ. Anything Zaladar plays is going to kill him. And it's just nerve-wracking. Now remember, Zaladar's special ability cannot kill Lance Shadowstalker. So... And there's the GG. It looks like Cold Steel just drew the card he needed. It's probably Supernova or a Fireball. Nope, Dimension Ripper. And that will do it. An amazingly played game by Lance this game. The way he held on and countered was fantastic. So even though he lost, I want to give huge props to him. And props to our winner. He played a great game. So yeah, that was an awesome, nerve-wracking game. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, and check out my other video series, Noob's Journey. And I will see you guys next game. I hope the next one is as good as this one was.